Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. I think Mary Poppins was onto something. Yet today's society has waged a war on sugar. There's a huge misconception that sugar is bad for you and that you should use an alternative, but sugar is simply a component your body needs to live. Diet culture has promoted a low-calorie, zero-sugar diet when really it does more harm than good. Sugar substitutes may cause heart disease, stroke, and ultimately death. But sugar substitutes weren't always normal, so how did we get here? Let's go back to where it all began, the first sugar substitute. It was saccharin, and it's 300 to 500 times sweeter than sugar. It was originally used in toothpaste and diet foods and beverages, and then it became controversial due to a book called The Jungle by Upton Sinclair, which some of you may remember from Mr. Rimbach's U.S. history class. But saccharin became popular again in World War I due to a shortage of sugar, and there were health concerns due to bladder tumors found in rats. But it's now the most tested food ingredient, and the World Health Organization has deemed it as safe. But of course, we were never satisfied. We wanted more. Raise your hand if you've ever consumed a product with stevia in it. What about aspartame or sucralose? Maybe some of you don't know what they are, so let me mention a few. Strawberry Light and Fit Greek yogurt, Celsius, sugar-free Red Bull, and Diet Coke. They are all sweetened with artificial sugars, but none of them are sweetened with saccharin. They are sweetened with sucralose, which can damage your gut health, and aspartame, which breaks down into formaldehyde, which is a carcinogen. Let's talk about why people use sugar substitutes in general. For weight loss. In a new study, artificial sugar has been linked to weight gain, obesity, and heart disease. It interferes with the collection of gut bacteria and your body's mechanism for metabolizing sugar. And gut bacteria is crucial for absorbing nutrients. And on top of that, aspartame, acesulfame potassium, and saccharin were associated with an increased appetite. They also encourage sugar cravings and sugar dependency because they are so sweet. Although artificial sugar can cause a mild reduction of body weight short term, it's not sustained, and it's safe for me to make the assumption that sugar substitutes aren't good when it comes to weight loss. One of the biggest reasons why I chose this topic is because of the impact sugar has had on pop culture. If you think about it, sugar has played a massive role in movies, books, and music. Let's go back to our childhood with a few classic sugar tales you'll surely remember. If you can guess these, my pixies have a sugary treat in the audience for you. But be sure to raise your hand. Which story features a house, and I quote, that was roofed with cakes and the windows were made of transparent sugars? Spotlight, find me an audience member with their hand up. Yes? That is correct. Pixie, please deliver that student a pixie stick. Okay, my next question is, which classic tale that was also a ballet features a sugar plum fairy in a land of sweets? Spotlight, find me an audience member with their hand up. Yes? That is correct. Pixie, please give Jocelyn a pixie stick. All right, let's talk about some music. While there are some songs about sugar that I shouldn't mention in school, there's a lot that you know and love worth mentioning. We have all jammed to Maroon 5 Sugar at some point, and I'm a known Harry Styles hater, but I can admit that Watermelon Sugar is pretty catchy. But my pixies still have some pixie sticks, so here's another question. Back in the 60s, a band called the Archies released a timeless hit called Sugar Sugar. And this song has been featured in movies like The Bee Movie and The Sandlot. And I'm looking for an audience member that can help me finish the lyrics. Please be sure to raise your hand. Spotlight, find me an audience with a member with their hand raised. Yes? Yes, that is correct. Pixie, please deliver Bella a pixie stick. Okay, I need help with one more set of lyrics. Back in 2005, the American band Fall Out Boy released a single that ended up #1 on the charts. Here it is. Does anybody know? Spotlight, find me an audience member with their hand up. That is correct. Pixie, please deliver Corinne a pixie stick. And if we're talking about pop culture, we obviously need to talk about the movies that put sugar center stage. You've already heard me reference Mary Poppins, and I'd be lying if I said I never dreamed of scoring a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. In that one movie with the candy world and they're racing, and that one guy's always saying he's going to wreck it. Does anybody remember? I seem to forget. Yes? That's correct. Pixie, please deliver them a pixie stick. So sugar has such a positive impact on pop culture, but it's also found in everyday life. I know that last summer, every single day, my little brother wanted to go to the candy store downtown. And when I was younger and I would stay with my grandparents, we would always play Candyland. Not to mention walking through the hallways, hearing that one couple say, bye, sugar pie, have fun in history class. If we all have such fond memories of sugar, why does it have such a bad rap? This reputation has been influenced by our parents, warning us about the sugar crashes and rotting teeth. But today, sugar might be the fuel of the future. Sugar could be a renewable energy source, just as it is an energy source for humankind. Natural sugar is something our body needs to survive, so while I don't know why we have such a negative relationship with sugar, I do know that it's been a major part of my life and it's positively influenced society for generations. The impact of sugar on humanity cannot be understated. From pop culture to diet culture, humanity goes from loving to hating sugar in the single span of a fad diet or Hollywood film. However, the true lesson of this sugar saga is simple. Read the ingredients list. Corporations have a long history of not telling the full truth of what they feed us, and artificial sugars is one way they continue to lie. But natural sugars hold so many possibilities for the future. Dr. Christina Rother, a National Institute of Health pediatrician, says sugar is just a number one food for the brain, and it's extremely important. So be careful what you eat and don't substitute your sweet tooth. Thank you.